How's everybody doing today? It's another Saturday. So no doubt about that. It's last Saturday of August on top of that. Today we're going to do 9 boxes. It's going to be the last 9 boxes that I have. And the 4 that I picked up this week look exactly like last week, except there's no silver enders and there's no heavy ones except the ones with extra coins in them. So, yeah, I'm setting this up and I realized that I had a proof ender and didn't even know it. So yeah, last week we did get a couple nice proofs. So hopefully we'll get some more of those. There's a 2000 San Francisco proof there, but our thumbnail is this monster here, 247.6. That's heavy. So yeah, that should be 2 extra coins in there. So based on everything that's happened this week, hey, Diggin' Dave, he's first. You are first. Congratulations on your $50 hunt. It's pretty good. And I did watch your I think your diamond, I forget. But yeah, I just watched your $50 hunt this morning. So yeah, congratulations on that. Yeah, you did good. So yeah, we do have no enders. There is one box that looked like it had an ender, but I forgot to mark it. That might be an ender, but I don't think so. So these are exactly like last week. Rolls are messed up. There's short. There's actually extra coins this week. Not as many missing. Hey, Deborah. And yeah, we just didn't get those enders like we did last week. Last week, we ended up with 43 silver coins out of the 4 boxes that I picked up last week, along with, I think, 3 or 4 proofs. Dennis, his 5 boxes only had 1 proof in the last box. But yeah, we're going to see what we have. And I do have 4 boxes since like July 4th that has a couple heavy ones in 226 times. That's one thing I wanted to ask you, Dave, if I saw you, was your heavy rolls. It's just amazing. Like you had a 226.7, no silver. Yeah, your rolls are really different than my Loomis rolls because anything past usually a 226.5 will have at least a 40%er in it, but usually 90%. But that is just weird to see your like heavy rolls like, yeah, crazy. Yeah. All right, we're going to get into these rolls and see what we get. But yeah, overall, I think last week we lost $10.50. And the week before I lost like $4.50. But I think this week we're going to gain $1. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Crazy. You must, because you have Brinks boxes versus, I know FN String and Sun boxes weigh a little more for me than the Loomis. Yeah, that's just crazy to be that far. Hey, Vincent, how you doing? We missed you last week. So, yeah. Yeah, when you had the silver in the box, and then you have those low 226s and stuff, I'm sitting there going, yeah, almost all of them are going to have at least a 40 in them, you know? Yeah, but I was shocked, just as shocked as you were. Yeah. Yeah. Your rolls must weigh a little heavier out where you're at than they do here where they wrap them. So, yeah, it's a good 2-box hunt. I know the first box only had 1 in it, but it could have had none. Yeah. I just watched somebody else's video. I don't know how old it is. Don't even know who it was. I just clicked on it because there was 21 rolls of dimes that they got from their teller, and there was three Merc enders, and there was like, I don't know, 20 plus silver coins in. This looks like a silver almost. It's not. They had like 20 some plus silvers in 21 rolls. It was crazy. I think they had more than that. Because yeah. How you doing, Vincent? I missed you last week. Yeah, the highest we've ever got skunked at was 226.8, and they were Iowa boxes. Iowa rolls always weighed more. Yeah, I didn't mark these either with the colors. So there was only a couple heavy ones, maybe a couple 226s, and then a couple extra coins, and then the light rolls missing coins. Yeah. I'm sitting here setting this up, and I see that proof right next to that heavy roll. Yeah, you're back. Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, one of the boxes I thought was an ender when I flipped it, but it was hard to tell, and I was going to mark it questionable, but if it is, it's going to be the last or the first roll. Depends on how I pick it up. We found 43 silver coins last week. We had 23 40s, 10 90s, and one was a Benji. So, yeah, I was hoping, like, the way these boxes have been coming, like a little more silver every week, I was hoping this week was going to be like the mother load, but maybe last week was it. But yeah, I was really looking forward to opening boxes up this week and seeing the same boxes, which I have. I haven't seen the same boxes. I'm going to call it the same wrapping because everything's messed up. There's coins missing, extra coins. They're not even wrapped right, you know. So it's definitely the same wrapping. Yeah, we had three. Last week I had 3 silver enders into one box and 1 silver ender in another box. But all 4 boxes I picked up last week had silver. The one had 1. I think the one had 7, and the other one had like 16 or 17. No, not at my. Well, I'm only ordering them at one bank right now, but I'm going to say no. The only person that I know orders coins, I believe he's only ordering nickels, but I don't think he gets them every week. And when I used to get the coins at Dennis's bank, there was one other person getting, hey, perplexed mine. There used to be one other person getting coins with Dennis's coins. But yeah. And I did bump into somebody yesterday. Says, "Are you a stacker?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess you could say that." He said he used to do it too. Yeah. I was really hoping to see a lot of enders this week, but yeah. Now we had a good week last week. We had 43 silver coins. There was 2 real nice proofs in the first box. It's a second box, Dennis's, mine. But every one of my boxes had silver except the one from, month ago or 2 months ago. The one I had thrown in there. Yeah, there's 2012. We were getting a lot of NIFCs last week also. See some nice 83s in here. Yeah. I don't think this week's going to be good as last week, but yeah, we'll find out. Yeah, I think Rick, I think his highest was like a 226.8 too. I mean, Rick's in Ohio. I think he's been up to 226.8 with no silver. That's just a shocker. And then if your rolls are like way up. Oh, I noticed another thing about these rolls too. Last week when I weighed the 4 boxes up, there was mostly 225s and change. And this week I weighed them up and there's a lot of 224s. It's just kind of weird how you go from one week to the next with the difference in the weights. I mean, it's normal weights, but seeing a lot of, it's the one thing I noticed was a lot more 224, all the way from 224.4 to 224.9, So it's just kind of weird. It's the same wrapping, but I was hoping to get some more of that done. Maybe next week. How's everybody doing? We know Digging Dave's finding silver. Yeah. How you doing, Vincent? You find anything in the last 2 weeks? Doing good. I have a story for you. If you want to hear it. I went to the bank the other day. I don't want to get too far into it, but I picked up $150 worth of rolls. $150 worth. And they're all here. But I noticed when she was giving them to me, there was X's on them. And that usually means wah, wah, wah. But see that black mark I put on there? There's silver in there. There's silver in there. Let's see. There's more silver here somewhere. But yeah. There's silver in that one. There is silver in that one. I think there's only 4 rolls. Oh, 5 rolls. And there's silver in that one. So 5 out of 15 rolls have silver. And you never guess how much is in these rolls. It blew my mind when I searched rolls. And yeah, crazy. So I went through them all. Yeah, haven't done them yet, but I hope we can find some yummies. But yeah, I couldn't believe it when I opened the first roll up. I'm like, is that a 66? My wife says, yeah. And then I opened it up. It was full of silver. It was a full roll of silver. 40 percenters. Our only proof ender is a 2000 San Francisco proof ender. And that is a nice, beautiful proof. That is nice. 2000. So we had a proof ender and I didn't see it till I was getting ready here. That's kind of weird. Getting old sucks, but you'll have this. Yeah. Yeah, I got to remember. Because I didn't mark the boxes. I only wrote down there was like 1 missing in this box, 2 extra coins. So I got to keep them. I think we're either $1 or 50 cents ahead from this week. So yeah. So there should be 2 extra coins in his majorly heavy roll. 247.6. So yeah, I don't see any silver, but we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Yeah. Extra coin. Well, I should say 2 extra coins. That's rare to happen. When it comes to losing coins, you can lose everything from 1 to a whole roll. So yeah, I've already lost 3 rolls out of a box. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a video or just live stream these because I have rolls from last week. Oh yeah, last year that I have not opened up. I know what's in them, but I wanted to do a video on them. So yeah, that was 20 rolls, 1 proof, and 2 extra coins. $83. 2021. Yeah, I was really hoping that we were going to get mama boxes. Hey, Gold Maple, how you doing? You back? Yeah. Yeah, I know the Canadians have a lot of different varieties with them. Yeah. Watch Emmanuel's workbench. And it's amazing how many American coins are mixed in with the Canadian coins. But yeah. Yeah, the coin stores have not been good to me, but I actually been finding foreign coins. I found the Canadian nickel 2 days ago, Canadian dime yesterday, American penny. I found, I forget what was in the other machine, but it's crazy. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Find more stuff in the machines that I dump the coins at than I do at the coin store. It's hard to get stuff. Yeah, I was shocked when I started watching Emmanuel's workbench. How many American coins are mixed with the Canadian coins? Blows my mind. Yeah. Seen a lot of nice 83s, but none with the FP missing. Yeah. I started hunting a quarter bag last night or yesterday late. Got through about halfway of it, but I did pretty good so far. I got a silver quarter. I'll show you what I found so far. I just hunted it without making a video, but I've never found the gold-plated, not that I recall, a gold-plated quarter. I don't think I've ever found one that I can remember. Found the West Point, War in the Pacific. Found a really nice San Francisco proof. Was that 2005, West Virginia? That is cool. And we did find one silver so far. 1961 Denver. So yeah, I'm about halfway through the bag. I did pretty good. I'm not going to argue with that at all. Yeah, see if we can find some silver halves. But yeah, that's 2 bags in a row now. Found silver. The bag before had 2 silver coins and no West Points, but this time we so far. Oh, and I found 2 odd tokens. Never seen before. Thought they were going to be foreign coins, but they're just some kind of tokens. You found an Andrew Johnson Glad presidential dollar. Looked like a Canadian loonie. But what do you do with them when you find them? Do they just consider them part of like currency? Or do you lose $1? Yeah, I know you get a lot of quarters, dimes, and nickels and pennies. American. Yeah, one thing about these coins is they all look weird. I'm going to show you one roll. They all look the same. They got this weird tone to them. Like, I don't want to say they were in water in a fire, but these are definitely not the rolls that they were in. You look at those coins, I don't know how they look on screen, but they look more silver than they do clad. But these things got dirty or something, you know? But yeah, they're mostly 71s and they're really toned kind of cool. Now, there are a couple normals mixed with some of them, but most of them are just toned. Even the silver looks like that. Crazy. It's like they were in a fire, in the water, or water fire or something. Found the Bermuda $1 coin. Bermuda. I don't think I've ever found the Bermuda $1 coin. That's pretty cool, though. Looks like the same thing, size and shape, crazy. But what do you do with them? Like, can you spend them? Can you spend it like, I don't know, like Canadian currency, or you gotta like take it as a loss, or you just rewrap it and send it back? Nobody knows the difference. It's amazing that they don't filter that out like they kind of do here in the U.S. when most of the machines I go to filter out all the foreign stuff. Found the Russian 10 rubles coin. That's cool beans. I don't think I've ever found the ruble. Yeah. It's amazing how many different denominations you can find in your. Depends on where you're at. I don't know when we're going to find our next foreign coin, but one day. That's just kind of weird why they don't do that. But do the machines, like, I'm assuming you got coin machines up there, you dump them at, does the coin machine recognize it and give you a credit like of $1 or a quarter? Is it just like, just go into the machine and you don't get credit for it? I know there's one machine I dump at, it's just a circular disc, there's no return tray or slot. And I know the coin will go in, somehow it goes somewhere, but you don't get credit for it, so you actually lose it. So, yeah. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hunt my 4 boxes from this week first, see how we made out, if at all, and then hunt through the ones from the last couple months from July. 4th is, I think, the oldest one. And we're just going to go through. I have one box that has like a 226, 226 1, 226 4, 226 9. So we're just hoping to end with silver. I was going to use that as my thumbnail, but I wanted to save that. What is that dirty coin there? That is not silver. Yeah, every coin. That's a lot of coins. You've got coins all over the world. That's a lot of coins. I mean, I found a lot, but I don't keep my foreign. I only keep the real old foreign coins or the silver foreign coins. But I give all my foreign coins to my daughter. When I see her every now and then, I just say, "Here, here's more coins." She's like, and I can't believe how many I get. I mean, I got a bunch over here now. I'm like probably close to 20 coins I found in the last month or so. Libya. You can find silver from Libya? That's cool. Yeah, most foreign coins I find are like clad, nickel. Not very many. Even the older ones are like nickel, mostly nickel. Clad. Yeah, even the old ones. I found aluminum coins, aluminum foreign coins. Can't believe we have a proof ender. I believe this is all part of the same batch of wrapping because the boxes are messed up. We got a nice proof. I just didn't get any silver. Here's a 225.9. Maybe we'll get lucky on this one. Now, that's what I wanted to say, Dave. If you're still there, like if you get a roll that's like way heavy and there's no silver, I weigh the individual coins because there is something to do. I forget how it works, but there is different planchets or something that they use for quarter stock for some of them, and I forget what's up with the heavy ones. But I save the real heavy ones and the real light ones. There's a 213.9. That means it's going to be missing a coin. Still no silver. I was hoping we'd find at least one silver in each box. There's a markered one up. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So yeah, missing one coin. Yeah. 1948. I've never found a dollar coin. Well, I'm sorry, loonies and toonies I've found in the bags, but I've never found a silver Canadian dollar. And I've never found a Canadian half dollar in any of my hunts, which is kind of weird, You get the loonies and the toonies, but no half dollars. Kind of weird. It's a rarity. I mean, you would think. I mean, when did Canada stop making their half dollar? What year? I don't know. It's just amazing that I've never found one. Never found the Canadian half dollar. It definitely isn't like last week's boxes. There's a 225. What do we got? A 2, I guess. Last roll. Oh, they still make them. Huh. Last roll doesn't look like it's going to be a lucky roll. Yeah, but it's just hard to believe. I mean, it's not like I live in the southern states, I'm in Pennsylvania. You'd think I'd get a half dollar in the mix once in a while, but I mean, I've been doing this for 6 years and I have never found one Canadian half dollar. Now I found, we'll call them half dollars from other countries in my hunts, but never a true Canadian. half dollar, which is to me seems weird, but yeah. All right, that was kind of a boo box. The only thing we found out of it was that I was hoping to see more proofs like this, but yeah, we found 2 like this last week, maybe 2 in the 1 box, but let's see what we get. No silver yet, but I'm going to hunt all 4 boxes that I picked up this week, and then we're going to go from there. Yeah. Here's another box with 1 missing and 2 extra coins. Yeah. We got 1 missing and 2 extra. So 2 rolls we're going to have extra. The heaviest rolls are 226. Yeah, I'm going to set that over there. No doubt about it, it's from the same wrapping. It's just that we didn't get any silver like we did last week. I'm not complaining. So yeah, right now I didn't mark them, but there's our 226. This one must be light. There's a 220, 214.4. That's light. Oh, and then we have actually 2 rolls back to back and have an extra coin in them. So yeah, we're gonna make out 50 cents in this box too. So yeah, that's it. Heavy, light, and 226. But yeah. Yeah, we have found over the years so many different foreign coins. It's crazy. Yes, sir. Keystone State. I don't know how all that works. With the states, there were 6 original. Yeah. I don't want to give that away. I never used to tell anybody where I was, but yeah, I'm going to stay in the kind of like we'll say the east side of the state versus the west side. Yeah. I won't tell you exactly where I'm at, but yeah. I'm in Pennsylvania on the east side. Let's say the east side. Yeah. We're on the eastern half of the state, we'll say. Yeah, for years I would never say what state I was in, and then it's like I don't think it was a big deal, but that was part of me allowed to do this was to not give out too much information. But over the years, there's a 2005, I finally lightened up a little bit. I haven't been to Hershey in like forever. I haven't been to any amusement, well, except Disney. I've been to Disney in I'm going to say the last year. I think I was there once. My wife she could live in Disney. Me, I don't like, it's all right, but I'm not an amusement park person, I guess you could say. But then it's all that walking around and standing in line for hours. It just seems to defeat the purpose. But yeah, I like a good roller coaster. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. I haven't been anywhere for a while. Last year I did make it to Disney for my wife. So I think I took her there for her birthday. For a day trip. Yeah, I love Hershey Kisses too. Yum, yum. Always go on the ride. They changed that ride around, that tour thing. They changed that. Last time I was there, I mean, it was a while ago, but they changed the way that ride, you always go in and do that ride, get a free candy or something. I forget what they were giving out, but it wasn't Hershey's Kisses. Some kind of candy. 214.4, and then you end up right in the store. You got to go do the store to leave. So yeah, there's going to be 1 missing here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. Yeah. My wife's always reading 236.7 on the Amish. So yeah, it's going to be an extra coin in here. Let's count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. Extra coin. Yeah, this is nothing like last week's boxes. So But we're not done yet. It's a nice 1989. We actually go over to the Amish country to get some ice cream every now and then. It's good stuff. I won't say where though. Yeah. They got good ice cream over there. Yeah. Yeah, and I like Independence Hall. Liberty Bell's okay to go see, but I don't know. I like Independence Hall the best. And the U.S. Mint, we did go see that last year. Just did that like virtual. I don't want to say virtual tour, but you just go to each station and just read or you listen to what's going on in how everything with the currency, and then they have all that one display where there's all those old notes that look like brand new. Yeah. Like, what is it? Like the $10,000 note and the gold. I don't know. I forget what they are, but that's just so cool. It's like, wow, they actually got them on display. I want some. That is crazy cool. And there's a box of, I didn't even really take notice of it, but there's actually like a big, tall, I don't want to say it's a tube or a box, or no, I don't remember if it's tall or not. Something tells me it's tall. Just filled with shredded money. And I forget how much money's like shredded in that thing. It's like, yeah. I didn't even take notice of. My wife's like, yeah, it's right there. It's like, holy duties. All that money was all shredded. I mean, it's all the old notes and stuff. They got to take them out of the system, but yeah. Yeah. They're playing with money all day long, making it and destroying it. Yeah. Yeah. Philly cheese. I mean, I've had some good cheesesteaks, but like, they're all like good, but there's like nothing that like jumps out at you. It's rare that something like jumps out at you. Because we'll go to different places, you see on TV or stop and see them. And it's like everything's good, but it just don't pop. To me, it's like good, but I wouldn't say they're great. It's hard to find a great something. Maybe I'm picky, you know. It's good stuff, but there's something missing sometimes. Yeah. Pretty sure we were there. Tony Luke's, we were there. I think we were there. Another extra coin. Count them while we're doing it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 1. I don't know. We might get skunked this week on silver, huh? Yeah, I like a good cheesesteak. No doubt about that. I like anything that's good. Actually, some of the like diners we go to, or restaurants, or whatever you want to call them, to go eat lunch or something. There's one place that we go to. It's like, it actually isn't bad for pricing or anything. It's like, it's a really good cheesesteak. I get cheesesteak with sauce and onions, bag of chips. That's really good. Hey, Hunter, how you doing? But yeah, you can get a cheesesteak at a restaurant. Your local restaurants sometimes is pretty good. And that's actually pretty good. I don't really boast about many things, but I'm going to say that's a really good cheesesteak. Yeah, we bounce around a lot. Like, I don't want to say bounce around, but when we go somewhere different, we always try to stop at a different restaurant or diner or something to get something to eat. See what's cooking, you know? Yeah. 226. New Haven. Never been to New Haven. Well, you get around the U.S. a lot. I know you said you only had, like last week, you said you only have a few states to visit now anymore. That's your goal, to hit every state in the United States. I think what you said, Hawaii's not one. You didn't make it to Hawaii. I forget where you didn't make it. I'm getting old. I would never be able to remember all that. Yeah. I've been to that Sabatini's Pizza in up near Scranton. Can't think of the name of the town right now. Exeter, PA, or something. It's only there once. We were in the area. It was actually pretty good pizza. So yeah, one of these days we'll get back in the area and give it a try again, just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. So yeah, that was good. Yeah, we haven't found a sticker coin in a while either. I don't think I've ever been to New Haven. I know I've been through Connecticut, but I don't think I've been through states, but I don't think I've ever, no, I never stopped at that was a long time ago. I mean, years ago. Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't. Oh, that was Connecticut. We stopped somewhere to eat, but I don't remember what I ate. That was up near, I don't know, somewhere in the city. I know that. I don't know what part of the state. It's up north, kind of east. I'd have to look at a map. Oh, my wife loves tomato pie. She likes a good tomato pie. I don't know. I think we might get skunked today on silver for these boxes. I'm not doing too well. Oh yeah, I've been to Hawaii. Yeah, it's been a while. We went to Hawaii. I went to a couple times with my wife before she was my wife and as my wife. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you had a great time in Hawaii. I think the last time we went, she wanted to do like, there's a cruise that like bounces from island to island. I'm not a cruise person, I can tell you that, but it was nice to like go from island to island and then travel and go see sights and stuff. That was enjoyable. But I'm really not like I don't know why, I'm just not a cruise ship person now. Yeah, that was like a week-long thing or something. Yeah. I think that's the last time we went to Hawaii. It's been, I don't know, 10 plus years ago. First time we went to Hawaii, I can't remember what it was, but you go, I don't want to say it's Waikiki or whatever. There's a, you walk, you go up, you go, you park, you go in, I think you pay, and then you just walk up this trail, and then you walk up these steps. You walk up all these steps, and there's like some like old military installations in the top. And first time we went there, on the path coming down, they redid some of it, but it didn't affect what we did. I put a penny up in the ledge. Put a penny up there, and I forget how many years it was there. And I didn't think we were ever going to go back to Hawaii. And then we went back to Hawaii. It was still there. I was so happy. I was like yelling. I was like, there it is. You think I hit the lottery? Yeah. I've never been to Alaska. Pan for gold. Maximum. He did. Never been to Alaska. I mean, I've been to a lot of states in the United States, but I've never been to Alaska. I mean, I've been, I don't want to say I've been through states, but I can't say I've stopped and visited them. Drove through states. I was to California once. I don't think I've ever been in Washington State. Texas. Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, most of the states on the East Coast. Midwest states. Have I been to all the states? I know Washington State I definitely was not in. I was in Maine once. I think I've been through New Hampshire, Connecticut, Massachusetts, but I've never stayed there, you know what I mean? Vermont. Yeah, I've been pretty much to every state, I guess you could say, but I know Washington State is definitely one I've never been there. I'm saying Nevada and Florida is the most states we go to, or we most commonly go to, like go see the Grand Canyon and Vegas. Mostly not Vegas, but we go stay at Vegas, go see other sites and stuff. Never been to Vermont. First time I was driving up there, it was either Vermont or New Hampshire or something. You see these signs, it's like moose crossing. It's like, can you imagine running into a moose that towers over your vehicle? You'd be kind of like in rough shape if you hit a moose. I couldn't imagine. Moose. Around here, it's deer. Deer. Moose. Well, you got to watch out, I guess, out in the western states. You got to watch out for elk and stuff. I mean, elk are huge too. We went somewhere. We flew into Vegas, and then we rented a car and we drove, I don't know how many hours, like up north, west, whatever, up into the mountains. And it's kind of weird how you're down here in the desert. Now you're going through the mountains, there's green trees and stuff, and all of a sudden there's a herd of buffalo or bison. And then you're lucky if you're lucky to see an elk. So yeah, it's a lot different out there than it is here. I can tell you that. Yeah. Oh, the Green Mountain Boy. Green Mountain Boys. That ain't the one that no, that ain't him. That ain't the one that took the break. Taking a break. That ain't them. That's Green Mountain Boys. It's the guy that's in Alaska or something. Nah, that ain't him. I don't think that's him. The Green Mountain Boys? I forget. Another nice 83. Something Boys. Yeah, he took a break for a while. That last video he made was just talking about, I don't think that's him. I liked watching him. That was it. That was the last roll, and it was a boo box. Yeah. Boo. Only thing we got out of that box was an extra coin, I guess you could say. Green Mountain Boys. Something Mountain Boys or something. Or just Mountain Boys, it's called. Guy's always out camping. His kid now has some kind of YouTube channel or something. Yeah. Survival. Try another one. Where am I at? Today. This box has nothing. I'm waiting. Has a 0. That means there's nothing. No heavy ones. No light ones. I've been through West Virginia. I'll tell you one thing. I know I've been through, I want to say like that little spot there that goes from Pennsylvania into West Virginia into Maryland or whatever that is, that little 26 miles. I don't count that, but I was in West Virginia somewhere one time, and I took this mountain path. And I'll tell you one thing, they got some really nice scenery out there. Yeah, the Outdoor Boys, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, he's taking a break for a while. I don't know how long, but yeah. So yeah, box number 3. Let's see what we can find. No heavy ones, no light ones, no enders. What are these boxes supposed to have? They look like kind of like a silver ender, but I haven't found one, so I'm gonna say it's not. Boo! Concentrate. Where's Dennis? I did text Dennis. He was with his mom. He was with his mom. He might not watch anyways because he doesn't have any boxes. Yeah, he gets like millions and millions of views too, man. He's popular. I'm just curious if, I mean, it is what it is. That coin there don't look like an ender, so I'm just wondering if it's the other box. Oh, don't do that. We need another bucket. We need another bucket. We don't want 3 bags. Yeah, 3 buckets. 3 boxes in a bucket's just a little too heavy. Yeah, we're trying to find some silver. I believe we definitely will find some in the last box based on the weights. So, other than that, it's a crapshoot. And believe it or not, I'm right around. I think I'm at 50. I thought I was only at less under 50% of the boxes, but I think I'm a little over 50% of the boxes having silver in them. So those 4 boxes that I got last week that had silver put me over 50% of the boxes, and that's pretty good because last year we were only doing like 20, maybe 25% of the time we were getting silver in the boxes. So yeah. Yeah, I actually over doubled my silver intake for the year from last week because I think I found 43 silver coins and I think I only had like 31 so far, but I've only hunted like not many boxes. Not many boxes at all. Yeah, it's been a bad year because we were getting all those new boxes. But I am not complaining. I've done well with the few boxes that I've gotten. And Dennis has done the same thing. I think Dennis is around 60-some coins for the year out of 40-some boxes or something like that. I forget how it works. Like 20. And I'm right around, I think I'm right around 70-some coins, I think. Out of like, whatever it is, I'm only a couple boxes shy of how many Dennis has. Dennis was getting boxes when I wasn't. And we didn't count the new coins, you know. Yeah, the Outdoor Boys. I couldn't live there. I couldn't live where he lives. It's just too cold. Ain't no way. I'd never leave the house. Never been to Ohio, for real. Heard it's the home of the Powerball. I don't know. Is that where the Powerball was brought up at? I don't know. Oh yeah, I bought some Powerball tickets. Run to the United States quick and get some Powerball tickets. $1 billion. $1 billion. Somebody in California is going to hit it. I got 20 bucks. Says it's somebody in California. It's always California. $1 billion. That is just sick, crazy. 1 ounce Chinese silver. Alameda. Never heard of it. It's just amazing, like how many different silver coins, like worldwide. Hey Rick, how you doing? Yeah, I know. 402, man. That's just a crazy number, Dave. And you only got 51 so far this year. That's crazy. Oh, you're actually getting brand new boxes. Well, that's not going to help your cause. I can tell you that. That sucks. Rick, you got a brand new box last week, didn't you? $50? Or was that Rob? I think 20. Knock on wood, man. We got brand new coins. At least I got brand new boxes all the way from last October into like February, March. And I only had one circulated box. And I literally stopped ordering coins. I just couldn't take it anymore. Dumping 7 boxes every week. Every week. Yeah. Got to get them customer wraps. That's where it's at. Customer wraps. Oh yeah, you just found something else too. You found a 1988 with the flare. I'm going to call it the flared FG. I look for that too when I do pennies. Well, congratulations. Apparently you found that at least twice now. And you found something else before that too. There was something you found. I forget. Yeah, I don't understand why they do that either. It's just like the $50. Why did they make all the $50 and dump them in circulation to thin out the mix? You know, it's like, whose stupid idea was that? Not even a circulated denomination that people circulate. People don't even want them. We only want them. The collectors want them because, you know, finding that silver. Yeah, you found the West Point dime like months ago. You just found something else too. What did you just find in like the pennies? I know you just found the 88 with the flared FG, but you found something like a week or so ago. Another variety, but I can't remember what it was now. But yeah. Yeah, Walking Liberty. That's the best design. I love that eagle the best. Walking Liberty. I like the Walking Liberty. I like the eagle. Yeah. Canadian maple leaf is a nice coin. The silver round. That's a nice coin. Canada makes a pretty good silver coin. I don't buy it, you know. I don't buy it or sell it. I just find it. But yeah. Doubled here, but I thought you found. Yes, you found it. Yeah, you found the DDR, but the 68 just doesn't ring a bell. But yeah, you found something that I look for too. I've never found. Yeah, congratulations on it, though. I think the best design on any coin was the Walking Liberty, the eagle. That's the best eagle design they've ever made. Yeah, it's 30 rolls. Still no silver. It's kind of weird how we had 4 boxes last week with silver in every one, and this week we 2,000. Huh. 2002 to 2006. You got to take them, man, because you just never know. I couldn't believe it when I saw her. Like, she said, "Oh, I got $150 worth of halves," and I'm like, started handing them over, and I seen all those X's on there. I'm like, "Oh, they've already been searched," because that's every time I've ever gotten marked rolls, there's never been nothing in them, and I could not believe what I saw. It was crazy. I opened the one. It was just coincidence that I opened the one with the mess that was scribbled, like, and I'm like, I thought for a second I was going to have 15 rolls of silver. That was what was going through my mind. It's like 15 rolls of silver? That would be awesome. I got one full roll. I got 2 rolls with almost half. I got the other. There's 2, 1 full, 2 almost half, and 2 with 1. And the rest are just all clad. Standing Liberty. That's a pretty cool quarter. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. I got those silver coins because I wasn't going to get any for my week. It's crazy how you go from one week to the next, you know. It's definitely the same wrapping because there's missing coins. The wrap messed up, but no silver. Yeah, the Canadian maple leaf is a beautiful coin. No doubt about that. $1 ounce gold. Gold. I have a gold coin. Somebody bought me a gold coin a long time ago. It's only like, oh, it's ½ ounce gold coin. ½ ounce of gold. It's ½ ounce. I mean, that was a long time ago. I always say every time I've forgotten about it for the longest time, and I'm like, oh, my ½ ounce coin's worth, you know, $300 today. But that's what I was back in the day. And now, what's a ½ ounce coin worth today? You know, it's like $1,500 plus for ½ ounce of gold. That's pretty good. I wish they would have bought me more. Yeah. Crazy. Wow, that's kind of funny. We haven't found any sticker coins lately. We haven't found any foreigns or anything in this 225. So February of 2025. Guy's still doing it. I've been seeing that dot and the marks for a long time. Wow, we're gonna get bamboozled here. I was actually hoping. Let's see, what box we're in. We're on a 3rd box. I was really hoping we were gonna find some silver inside these boxes based on last week, but even if we don't get any silver in this week's boxes, 8 boxes, 4 of them had silver, so that's 50% of the boxes. So if we can average 50% of the boxes having silver, you can't argue with that. Marking coins. Yeah. I see that person, they like inscribe a number. I've seen you a couple times you do that now. I'm like a 529 or something in them or something. Yeah, this is bad boxes here. No silver at all. 5 rolls to go in box 3. So this could be this is totally 360 from last week's hunt. I can tell you that. I don't think we're going to find 43 silver coins this week. Who the heck was it? Oh, I know he found a couple of silver coins, but halftime ended up getting a box. I forget how many proofs were in it. And he had not one proof ender. I mean, that's crazy. There was no silver in the box, but there was a lot of proofs. and there was not one ender. Was hard to believe. That's hard to believe. I think he had like 20 some or more. I forget. It was a lot. A lot. That's crazy. What are your odds, Vincent? That it is possible to end up with a box of silver and not have one ender. I forget how many he found, but a lot. Some rolls had multiples in it, you know? Yeah. All right, last roll on box number 3. I think we got going for us today so far is a proof and I think $1 extra. I love getting my boxes and I love weighing the rolls. Ever since I started doing it, I cannot not do it. And Rick was the same way. He always weighed his rolls, but now doing the live streams and everything and selling boxes, he can't even open his boxes up to see what he's got. That would drive me crazy. It would just drive me insane. Yeah. All right, we got another skunk box. All right, the last box of yesterday's pickup. And we have one missing in here. One missing. There's only one missing in this box. I was surprised because when I opened them up at the bank and I seen like the way it was last week, there was a lot of coins missing, and I've seen them. You know, it's hard to tell when the rolls. Yeah, this is the one that's got that. Looks like an ender, but it's not an ender because the ender would be a 71. But no, that's not an ender. Yeah, we have no ender. Yeah, that would drive me crazy, man. Ever since I used to count my coins because I didn't have a scale on them, but then I got a scale to weigh them to make sure they were all there, and then I realized, okay, how much is this? 40% you're never going to know based on weight. So 90% is your or 1 gram more. So, and plus, if you have any foreigns or a magic coin, you can usually pick it up by the weight. So I love weighing the coins. But yeah, what do we have here? I have one coin marked. Oh, this is the one missing a coin. So yeah, that is definitely not an ender. That's a 71. If that's a 71 ender, I can't wait to get it out of there. I would love to get a 71 silver. Yeah, you had 340s in the one roll, yeah. But even like, it still doesn't make sense because a 40%er only weighs 0.6 grams more than a clad, and it normally doesn't weigh that much because they're usually lighter, you know? So, it's like a 40%er. I mean, it's only less than 0.2 of a gram, so there's no way of knowing by the weight that there'd be a 40%er in it, because you opened the roll that had 226 and it had a 40 in it, you know? So the 227 change, that should have a lot of silver in it, more than 3. At least where I come from, it would be 227 tree. That's heavy, buddy. That's at least 190. You might get 2 out of it if you're lucky. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any silver today out of these 4. It's just crazy to go through 4 boxes last week, have silver in every one, and now we're on box number 4 and haven't picked up 1 silver. But I am not complaining. I'm happy with where we're at. Nah, I don't think it's your scale. I mean, it's, yeah. Because even if your scale weight, like the scale I gave Dennis is like, it seems to be 1/10 off, you know, for some reason versus the new one I bought. So, but 227, yeah, that's way heavy. And there's another thing too. I don't know if anybody ever thinks about it, and I'm pretty sure it's happened. If I get a roll like that, you should weigh each individual 40% because you never know. Maybe it's on a 90% planchette. Yeah, you never know. I don't think anybody does that. If you have a heavy roll and you pop a 40%er out of it, weigh all your coins. See why it's so heavy. You might be surprised. Yeah, you're good. Your scale's fine. There's nothing wrong with your scale. No, I'm serious. Weigh them. Because if you find out, I wouldn't doubt it. Why not? Why can't there be a 90% planchet mixed with the 40s, you know? Or I doubt if there's a 40% with the 90s because 90s were before 40s, you know? So you got to remember the reason that there are only the less mintage of 40s is in 1965 is because they were still popping out those 90% planchets in the 64s in 1965. That's why 1965s are low mintage. So they were still poking out them 90%ers, man. So what happens when they convert it over, you know? Well, look at a penny. Look at the penny. Copper penny, in the 80s, 2000s, I think. There were still some out there somewhere. We got thrown in there. They got behind a machine, and somebody finally got them swept up and threw them in the mix. Now somebody just has to find them, you know? Yeah, commemorative quarters are pretty cool. I cannot believe we only got one proof. Yeah, you got to keep an open mind when it comes to these coin stuff because you just never know what you're going to find and when you're going to find it, you know? You never know, boys and girls. You never know. Crazy. Yeah, if you have a roll that weighs a lot and there's no silver, you never know. A while since we found the proof silver. I mean, we haven't got too many, at least I haven't got too many circulated boxes this year, but we're trying. And Rick said somebody said that some people are starting to get brand new boxes of 2025 had. And I thought they were going to be NIFCs from what I heard. That would suck. Have to deal with 2025 brand new boxes? That would suck. After that 2024 deal? Is that a proof? Oh, yeah, there's a proofy proof. Look at that. There's a nice one. Finally got another one. There's an 88. Cool beans. There we finally got another proof. Even with all those new edges, I've seen that edge kind of standing out. Oh, there's another one. There is another one. A little more beat up, but there's a 1973. Two proofs in the same roll. That's roll 19. That was not as nice, but that is a proof. Cool beans. I think we're going to find something in here. Yeah, this is the same wrapping, but we just didn't end up with the silver like we did last week. So yeah, that's better than nothing. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, 30 rolls to go in this week's pickup. Yeah, I won't be able to do it next week because I'm going to go to Canada for a day or two. Actually, yeah, we're leaving. Yeah, I guess you could say I'll be in Canada for 3 days. We're just going one day and then staying there the whole day, and then we're leaving the next day. But yeah, I'm going to Canada. Going up to Niagara Falls again, Canadian side. Yeah. I wanted to get this done this week. And this will take care of all the half-dollar boxes I have and get rid of these, and they won't be laying around. Yeah. Going to take a day trip fishing on the Niagara River for smallmouth with my wife. We're going to go to dinner. See, there's another one. See, this guy normally puts like a big, now he's doing little. So there's April of 2025, and he puts a, I've been seeing coins like this ever since I've been doing this. Yeah. No, I don't. No, I only collect what I find. I don't buy, I don't sell, I just find. So no, I do not. That's 25 down, 25 to go. Yeah. Kind of weird. 2 proofs in the same roll. You would think there'd be more proofs in here, but I'll find out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Nah, I just do this for, this is the roll that's missing one. At least last week when we had missing coins, there was actually silver in the rolls. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. So yeah, we are missing one. Yeah, but I think overall we're going to gain 2 of the coins back that we lost over the last 2 weeks. I used to keep track of that, but I don't anymore. There's tape on that one. Somebody got tape on that one. Don't know why, but it's on there. Roll number 30. Not one silver coin yet today. I was really hoping it was going to be on the insides. There's some blue lines. I've seen them blue lines before. Another thing I noticed too, I mean, when I got those boxes from Iowa, I mean, I'm doing this real fast, but the V, the little V, I haven't seen any of those in like forever. I used to get those Iowa boxes, and there was a lot of little V's. I mean, every now and then you'd see one, you know, but I haven't seen none. Just happened to think of that the other day too. Yeah. I was just hoping that these are going to be a lot of 40%ers in these boxes, but not happening. Yeah. Crazy. I ordered 4 boxes for next week. Told her I'd pick them up on Monday because I won't be here next Friday. Let's put it this way, I'm not supposed to be here next Friday. Yeah. But anything's subject to change, but let's hope not. Crazy. A lot of 24s. I don't see as many NIFCs in these boxes as I did the ones last week either. So yeah, notice that too. I was surprised that we didn't get any 87s last week. Nothing. 13 rolls to go. Come on, something. I figured Dennis would have stopped in to say hi anyways, but he might not be interested because he doesn't have any boxes. I don't know. Man, that almost looks like a silver coin right there, but I ain't going to jump up and down until I see the other end. I've been fooled before, but that looks like a 40%er. 225-1, roll number 39. Is that silver? Sure looks like it. Let's see if we're going to get a silver coin out of here today. Oh, yeah. We're going to get one. 68D. Zero. What's $0? 40. 40. 40 what? 40%. No. $0. And there was bonus stuff in that roll. I'll take it. We'll take that 40. Rick, did you get, was it last week? Did you get a brand new box of coins? Or was that Rob Finds Treasure? Can't believe we finally got a 40 out of that. Is that a proof? I don't think so. Oh, yeah. This. Oh, look at that. It's going to be a nice one. Look at that. Another proof. 2008. That's nice. I like it when they come out nice like that. 3 proofs out of 1 box. We do have silver. Cool beans. Cool beans. We're finally going to get silver on the board. 1 means more. Nah, Dennis, it doesn't mean that. It just means you got 1. We're hoping for more. Sometimes Dennis gets ahead of himself. He gets too excited like a little kid. So you got to calm down. Calm down. We're hoping to see more. Yeah, okay. He had 1 then last week. I don't want to say last week, but it wasn't Friday because he didn't stream Friday, I don't think. I guess it was Tuesday. It could have been last week. I don't know. I'm glad we got something out of last week's boxes. We got at least 1. Didn't quite pay for the gas. There's a 2004. Haven't seen too many NIFCs today at all. We're hoping to see another silver. I was happy to finally see one. 2000. 6 rolls to go. Will there be more? I'm happy to finally get silver. We're not going to get skunked. 2 proofs in 1 roll and 1 in another, and that's it. But I am not complaining. Three rolls to go. Just a random silver. Seems like that's how it works with you, Rick. It seems like your boxes just seem to always, most of the time, you're lucky to find 1. It seems 1 seems to find you most of the time. I'm just surprised there's like not more out there to get, you know? Somebody's got to be dumping it somewhere. All right. Ooh, another proof. Look at that. Nice 1997. That's what I mean. Somebody dumped somebody's collection away. We're getting parts of it, but not much. There's 4th proof. Ooh, really? Yeah, I believe there's more proofs that got dumped. Last roll, 225.4. Will we have a silver? No, it does not look like it. Looks like not a very productive roll. Oh, it was a good box, though. Heck, 4 proofs out of that. 1 silver. I'll take that all day long. 3 nice proofs and 1 that's a little bit out there for a while and 1 silver. 68D. We have silver on the board. We have proofs on the board. Another empty box. So now, those were the 4 boxes from this week's pickup. So we only ended up with 5 proofs and 1 silver. 2 stunk boxes. Let's see what we got coming up. Let's see where we're at. 746. Wow, 613. Wow. 511. Oh my gosh. 611. How do we get 611? 613, 611. That ain't right. That is weird. 7-4. We're gonna go. I'm confused. confused. 7-4, 7-4, 5-11, 6. Oh, well, I guess we're gonna go. We're gonna go oldest to newest, I guess, because I wanted to go the other way. So we're gonna start with a box that I don't know where I come up with dates. 5-11, 5-11. I'm kind of confusing myself with the. I'm a little messed up why I wrote 7. I'll figure it out. Sucks getting old. September, August, 5-11. That would be June. I mean, May. That ain't right. It's May 11th. That don't make no sense. May 11th would have been a Sunday. Something ain't right. That don't make any sense at all, boys and girls. January, February, March, April, that's May. May 11th was on a Sunday, so figure that one out. Maybe that's supposed to be 6-11, but 6-11 was on a Wednesday. Weird. 4-11 would have been on a Friday. So yeah, I always write Friday's date down because that's when I pick them up. So that's kind of weird that says 5-11, but whatever. We have a 226, a 226-1, and a 226-2. So yeah, figure that one there out. Sucks getting old. I think I'm getting dementia. Alrighty then. So we have some marked rolls here, colored rolls. Yeah. We got one that's a 226, 226-2. Oh, these are the ones. Look at this. These were the ones that, see what that says on there? Delaware Park Racetrack and Slots. That's in Delaware. I noticed when I was doing these, it was some old rolls. See, because look, Dennis had one too, I've seen. But this came from Delaware Park, and it doesn't make any sense because we did find newer coins in here. So I wonder if they're still running $50 slots or something, but I doubt it. But yeah, there's some old. I noticed there was old paper in here, so there are some in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I know of. 6. So yeah, it's kind of mixed. 7, 8. There's 8. 6, 7, 8. There's 8. There's 9. 9 rolls from Delaware Park. And here, I mean, here's a 2023. Why would does Delaware Park still have slot machines, real slot machines? Because there's a 2023. That's why I think you see so many 90s, because I think it was in the 90s that they started doing away, I think, with the slot machine for money. Well, I should say coinage. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Enough of that, but yeah, let's see what we got in this box from a few months ago, we'll say anyways. Had at least 2. Had at least 2 what? Oh, you had at least 2 that were brand new boxes last week. At least I got some circulated coins in there. Oh man, this is going to be one of those bad boxes, I bet you. 2024. Oh, you had silver. Well, congratulations, you had silver. Oh, he took it away. Let's see what we have in here. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Like, how do you get Loomis boxes with Delaware Park? I've seen this before, but there's like, what did I say, 3, 6, 8 or 9 rolls in here. So, yeah. Well, at least you found some silver. That's good. We just need to find that mega box that we're all looking for. I mean, I had a couple good boxes last week. But this week is not going to be the same. See, like, we all have done it like the 90s, 93, 94, 95, 96. I don't want to say 7s and 8s, but you always get them, all them brand new looking coins. And I think they were made and sent to for the casinos, but they were never used, and then they got sent back, and they just sat in storage because they did away with the coin slots. So yeah, there's an oldie looking 177 Philadelphia. Yeah, when I mark my coin boxes, it's usually the end of here's the Delaware Park one here. The Delaware, would that be cool to get a silver out of a Delaware Park roll? But you got to think, there's a 2023 and 2024. I mean, these were just wrapped this year or last year, you know? So where did is it just so happen that there's just some paper that Loomis has laying around or something? I don't know. But yeah, it's not from the 90s. It's from now. It's just older paper that's being used by someone. Yeah. There's a mixed bag in here. You can see the old ones mixed with the new ones, with the medium ones. So there's nothing special about the rolls. There's a 2003 Philadelphia. All mixed. Yeah. So it's not like these rolls have been laying around since the 90s. They've been just wrapped recently. Has anybody found the 2025 half dollar yet in circulation? Hey, Dan, how you doing? Has anybody found the 2025 half dollar yet in circulation? I know I've heard somebody say that somebody's been getting new boxes, but has anybody actually seen a 2025 half? Or actually seen somebody actually get one? We're doing good. We're going to hunt our 9 boxes today. Let's see what we get. A lot of 2023s and 2024s, but I'm going to say mostly 24s. Yeah, you've heard. I haven't found one yet. Don't want to see one. I don't even want to see one. I don't want to see one. After all these 2024s that we got last year, oh my God, I don't want to see another box of brand new coins ever, but I'm pretty sure it'll happen. Man. Yeah, last year, the end of last year and the beginning of this year were just brutal when it came to those new boxes. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. When we got the 2023s, we were getting a mix of them every week. We weren't getting just all brand new coins for October, November, December, January, February, March, April, somewhere around March, April. I just finally stopped ordering. I couldn't do it anymore. It might even be before that, but I only had one circulated box out of all that time. Dennis had a few, and we had a couple good boxes there at the end of the year. There's a 2022. Oh, but that's not in a Delaware Park. Yeah. And look, there's not even a new coin at all in there. All right, Delaware Park is a 226-2. Let's see if that's in silver. That would be cool. No. Nope, I figured that. But these will have a lot of new ones in them. 23, 96 is nice. 24, 24, 24. 24, mostly 24s from Philadelphia. That's what they are. And there's in 2010. Yeah. Yeah, that was just 2 extra coins in that roll. Yeah, over this week we're going to end up, I think, with $1 extra, whereas last week we were $10.50 in the hole. Yeah, we lost $10. We lost, I think it was 20. think it was 21 coins we lost last week. I think. Delaware Park again, but there's a lot of new coins in these Delaware Park rolls. It's just kind of weird because these are like loaded with new coins versus the Loomis rolls. So it's like they came from somewhere and then they got put in here. No new boxes. These were the 4 boxes I got this week. We did get 1 silver, 4 proofs, and 1 other proof. And then these were 2 skunk boxes. But yeah, only 1 silver this week out of the 4 boxes from this week. So, and then I'm doing boxes that I've had sitting around for a month or 2 or 3 that I haven't gotten to yet. But yeah, right now, based on this is the oldest box. It says 511, which I don't know where that comes from. Yeah. So that is mysterious. Oh, they actually had coin slots all the way up into 2025. That is crazy cool. I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I know out in Vegas, somewhere out in Nevada, I don't want to say Vegas, but apparently there are some older casinos or smaller casinos, I guess you could say, still have coin slot machines. So, yeah. Wow, they actually had them all the way up to 2025. That means they're going to flood the system with more coins. Need to send these, get the traditional slot machines. You think about how much money when it comes to the coins. You figured, I don't know if they ever had penny slots, but penny slots, nickel slots, I don't even think it was a dime slot, quarters and halves, and the dollar slots. Just think how many casinos there were doing that and how many coins they had to keep on hand. How many hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars had to be on hand for the machine. Plus, you have to have backup. The Mint asked the Treasury Secretary. Why do you say that about Donald? Yeah, I forget who was talking about it. I don't know if it was you or somebody, but 2026, apparently there's going to be still minting them in 2026. Apparently they're going to be a commemorative, is it the 250th year or something? So yeah, I finally got some brand new. Here's the guy. He usually puts a big number on there, 1023 dot. That's what he normally does, but you saw 2025. He was writing small. He must be running out of ink. Yeah, apparently they're going to be making them in 2026. Probably by June or July, they should all be minted. Somebody was saying. Yeah, that one doesn't weigh anything. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's what you're saying. All right, another Delaware Park. Doesn't make me feel confident there's going to be silver, but you never know. There sure is a lot of new coins, I'll tell you that. That would be cool to get a silver out of a Delaware Park roll. Definitely plenty of 23s and 24s, so yeah. 23 Phillies and 24 Phillies. Wonder why. The closest to Philadelphia, Delaware Park. They are loaded with new coins. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I used to play the quarter slots down in Atlantic City. One time I found a silver quarter. Got a silver quarter out of the machine. It is possible. I don't think that it's all about the Federal Reserve, I think, is the one that has to make the decision of whether or not to make the penny. And then it takes an act of Congress to make it change. The president just can't walk up and say, no more penny. It doesn't work that way. It's an act of Congress. It has to be legislation to get rid of the penny. You just can't say, I'm not making it anymore. What's wrong with you? Ooh, I'm going to go down there and see if we get me some silver. I'll just take lots of money and just cash out. I'll just do some coin roll hunting. I'll do coin roll hunting at the casino. Never know, man. Could you imagine going to a slot machine and all of a sudden some walking liberties and Benji starts spitting out? I'd be emptying that machine out. Say, give me. Ting, 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 ting. That's real. That's a real slot machine there. Ting, 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 ting. Imagine back in the day, that's slot machines. It was just silver, Benjis, Walkers, Morgans, peace dollars. You keep throwing them in and out of the slot machine. I'd go to every slot machine and dump it, empty it out. Give me money. All right, I think this is our last Delaware Park. Oh, no, we got one more, actually. 225.9. Yeah. That would be so cool to see a silver pop out of one of these, but I doubt it. Everything's possible. We live in America, and anything is possible. Last Delaware Park roll, 226.1. The paper's funny on this one, too. Kind of looks silverish in there, but it's not. That would be cool. Yep, no silver. Even the paper just feels old, you know. There's a 2013, 2010. But I mean, there's NIFCs in here, 2023, 24s. Don't really see any 21s or 22s or 20s. All right. Round down. Yeah, time to retire the penny and save the money. Pretty soon they're going to get, I mean, I'll probably be long gone by that time, but eventually there will be it will be a cashless society. So, yeah. Then how many people would be out of a job if we had no cash? Lots. You'd need no carrier. You'd need no carrier. You'd need no warehousing. You'd need no mint. No Federal Reserve. You'd need none of it. Well, I guess you'd need the Federal Reserve for gold and silver. That's about it. But there'd be no cash, no money. Just collectors. Cory Booker. Who's Cory Booker? Our first, future. Somebody's betting on that, huh? Yeah, you know what? I haven't seen a lot of news lately, and you know what? I don't miss it. You know why? Because there's just so much negativity. And most of it's just drama that people just want you to feed into. So I really don't get into that. I really don't miss it. I mean, when I go down to Florida to visit my sister and I go fishing with my brother-in-law, they don't have like regular TV. We just watch a movie here and there. That's about it. And I don't miss anything. I mean, the world could be coming to an end, and I wouldn't know it because I'm going fishing. I did text Dennis before I started streaming. He said he was with his mom. So I'm going to say he's with his mom. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much drama in the world. It's unreal. So most of it is someone's opinion. So everybody has a right to their own opinion. Oh man, I almost thought that was silver, but it's not. It just stood out funny. It's not. You're seeing all these new coins. It's just like, yeah. 3 rolls to go. Yeah, when I finally started getting coins again, I was only getting 2 boxes at a crack, and I just started getting 4 boxes because Dennis just stopped getting his boxes last week. He did not get any. We only hunted the 5 boxes that he had left over, so I decided to get 4 boxes. Yeah. Wow. Last roll, 224.8. Yeah, there'll be a cashless society one day, but not in my lifetime. Just think there'd be no bank robbers either. That's a boo box. Boo. Yeah, another boo box. That's 3 boo boxes today. I think last week we only had 3 boo boxes. Yeah, but the penny might stop production, but they won't do all that. And well, I can see them doing it ahead of time. But the point is, if you still have pennies in circulation, they can't really round up or round down unless somebody says, I am not accepting the penny. That you can't do that. It's American currency. They cannot say we're not going to take your pennies unless the government deems the penny done. Period. Done. What do they? I forget what the wording is when a coin is now ineligible to be used. I forget what the word is. There's a word. So once the government or the Congress, whoever passes a law, says the penny is no longer considered U.S. currency, it is now turn it in now or forever hold your peace. Everybody that's been saving copper is going to go, woohoo, I told you so. Yeah. So, yeah, just think how many billions of pennies will be destroyed. All of them, except that's it, Rick. Thank you. Demonetized. So once the government says that, yeah. She gone. All right, let's get another box. So you can not take a penny, baby. And I would be one of them idiots that would just take a whole bunch of pennies somewhere and say, this is my money. And they'll say, I'm not taking it. Then I'm going to take you to court for not taking my money. Why not? So, yeah. I don't know if somebody could actually do that or not. But American currency is American currency, buddy. What was this box from? Heck, I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, there's nothing in here. This is from, I didn't want to do a 7-4 box. This is 7-4. I don't want to do a 7-4 box. We don't want to do that. That's supposed to be the last box because I'm going the other way. I'm going from oldest to newest because my other 7-4 box has a bunch of heavy ones. That's why. 611. I don't know how I got a 611 and a 613. That's what doesn't make sense. 611, 613. Weird. Man, I must be getting really messed up. 611. Was 611 on a Friday? I know, this is just messed up. This ain't right. Oh, messed up. 611 would have been June. August, June, July. It doesn't make sense. 611 was on a Wednesday. Man, I'm on drugs. And I don't pick my coins up till Friday. So how do I do this stuff? It just goes to say I'm losing my mind. Because 613 would have been the correct date. I don't get it. I mean, I'm losing my mind. Huh? What'd you say? It's a crime. That one almost looks silver, but it's not. That man, I thought that was silver one. I hope that's silver. I would love to get a 1979 silver. It doesn't weigh heavy. That would be a 40%er then. Worth a couple grand, I hope. It's nice shape too. That would be nice. Wouldn't that be cool to find a 40% 1979 on a planchette that was been floating around since 1970? Yeah, or even 69. At least since 65. Yeah, what's up with them 1s and 3s and stuff? I wish I could make that go away, but something they did. Now listen, you want to hear a story? Who wants to hear a story? A true story. You want to hear a true story? Oh, there's nothing in this box. No heavies, no lights, no nothing. Let's see if we can find. There's another. See, there's another one of them coins that looks like a silver. So here's another one. You always get them coins that look like they could be silver, but they're not. I can tell you right now, if you ever go to a bank and you ask for $50 or $2 bills or dollar coins or whatever, and they say that I have, we'll just say $200 worth. We're just going to say $200. We're just using this as just an example. You better know how much money you have in your pocket before you even start the transaction. The other day, I went to the bank. Not one that I normally go to, but it's actually the same bank that I picked up that nice Ben Franklin that I made a short out of like a year or so ago. So I finally stopped in there again and asked if they had any $50. Well, I actually went in there to make a deposit. So I made the deposit. The girl gave me my little receipt, so that whole transaction was over and done. And she says, there's a 2019. Remember we were getting 23s, 24s, and 19s mixed in the things? That was this time of the year. So that transaction was done, and I had asked her if she had any $50, dollar coins, the large dollar. I always say large dollar coins and $2 bills. She says she doesn't have any of the large dollar coins. She had $4 in loose halves, and I forget how many $2 bills she said she had. So she went over on the machine and she counted them on the machine, and she said, I can't remember what she said. That's the point. I don't remember what she said. That's the only, out of the whole thing that I was in that bank, it's the only thing I don't remember what she said. So whatever she said, whether it was $200 or remember it was $4 in halves. So whatever she said ended in a 4. I know that for a fact. That I know for a fact. So she might have said, $334.00. So whatever she said, I gave her that money. Okay. So in a sense, that transaction was done. And then the girl to my right said that she had some $50, but I don't remember when she said I have some $50 too. So she had to count her rolls. But I know, or at least I believe, that the transaction that I made with for the $2 bills and the $4 in halves was a done deal. Whatever the girl said, that's what I gave her. And then the girl to my right said, I have $150 in halves. And because I told her, I asked her, and I said, because I know I didn't have the money in my hand anymore, because when she said about it, I said, I hope I have enough left, because that means I already gave the other girl the other money. So that means the transaction I did with this girl was already done before this girl over here even said I have $150 worth of halves. So I'm like, good, I have enough. So I gave the girl. I believe I gave it to the girl to my right, even though I was reaching over the $150. And she handed $150. She handed these rolls over to the girl that I originally made, that I'm standing in front of. And then I said to the girl, I said, I should have brought my bag in. I didn't realize I was going to have so many to carry. I didn't think I would get that many. She says, don't worry, I have a bag. I got a brand new bag, a new bank bag. So she went to put the $2 bills in the bag with the halves, but then I said, no, let me have those. And I put those in my pocket because I didn't want them getting all messed up. They were brand new. So she put the coins in the bag. I put the $2 bills in my pocket. I put the $2 bills in my truck. I brought the halves home. Took them out of the truck. And then the next day, and after I was done, I know exactly how much money was in my pocket after I left the bank. This could be a proof. Oh, man, it is a proof. There's that guy, man. He marked that proof. 1982 San Francisco proof. He marked this back on October of 2023. So, yeah. I've seen that last week or something, too, with a proof that was marked. That one's got some sticker stuff on it. I had $142 in my pocket left when I left the bank. I know that. It's kind of weird. I know what I had when I walked out, but I don't know how much I had when I walked in. So the next day we went to lunch, and I said something to my wife. I said, I just feel like, I don't know what happened yesterday, but I feel like I'm a little light. I forget how my wording was, but I just felt there was something wrong about yesterday because I feel I should have more money. So we went to lunch, and I'm like, because I forgot what the girl gave me. I just know she gave me $4.50, and she gave me a wad of $2 bills. I don't even remember how much it was. I don't remember what she said. That's the only thing I don't remember. So I said something to my wife, and I said, I got to count these $2 bills to see how much. I don't know how many I have. And we went somewhere. We went to eat, and I was going over. We got something to drink. And then I was on my way over to somebody's parking lot to just park and count these $2 bills. Is that silver? No. And it just so happens when I was going from this place over to park, the bank called. The bank called. I was talking to my sister at the time, and it was only for like a brief second that it came up on my truck, and it stopped. And I'm like, what are your odds of that? The bank's calling me that I was just at yesterday, the day before. So I went in the parking lot and pulled over, and I counted the $2 bills. It was $180 in $2 bills. That's the total. Plus the $4 was $184. That girl gave me $184, but I believe I gave her over $300. Whatever she said is what I gave her. So she said $1 million, I gave her $1 million. But I believe she said $300 and some, and that's what I gave her, because that would put me about right, because I know I had close to 200 or more than 200 in my pocket. Plus I picked up 500 at the credit union. Is that silver? Man, that's an 84. They just got that silver dirty look to it, but that's an 84, not a 64. That would have been cool. So I know I have $184, and the other girl gave me $150 and a half. I'm not disputing the $150. I know I gave the girl $150. When I gave that girl, I had $500, 5 $100 bills when I left the credit union. And the only place we went to was to eat. And that was around, I'm going to say around $35, $37. plus the tip was like $6 or $7. So based on the $500 that I got from the credit union and the $142 in my pocket left after the $334 transaction, if I did all the numbers, I woke up in the morning and I was minus $16 before I even left the house. And that's incorrect. I know I babble on a lot and sometimes I get lost, but the point is I don't remember how much money I gave the first girl. I only gave her what she told me. And I know that I gave her over $300 because I originally had 5 $100 bills. And when I left the bank, I only had, I think, one. I only had one. So if I only had one left over, that means I gave the bank 4 of them. I gave the one girl $150, which I gave her $100, and I believe a $50 bill, or it was 2 20s and a 10. But I didn't give her 2 $100 bills because I gave it to her and I got no change. So I gave the lady over $300. I know that for a fact because I originally went in there with 5 $100 bills plus whatever else I had in my pocket. So I called the bank. I called the number back from the bank. The lady answered. I forget what the conversation was about, but she wanted to know about yesterday or something, the transaction. I told her what happened. And I forget how it all went, but she said, well, I'm going to have blah, blah, blah call you back. He'll call you back before the end of the day. So he called me back, and I tried to explain the same thing, but my wife kept telling me I'm not telling the story correctly. But I more or less told him, all you have to do is listen to the audio. Whatever she told me is what I gave her. And guess what? They don't have audio at the bank. Can you believe that? So I asked my other bank yesterday. They don't have audio either. It's just video. It's like, why don't we have audio and video of what's going on here? There must be a reason for it. Then I asked the other bank yesterday. She wasn't sure. Yeah, no audio. So the guy's going to put a ticket in to look at the video because I said I count my money like 2 or 3 times before I give it back away. But, well, he says it depends on the camera angle. I'm like, you kidding me? All these cameras in a bank, and we're not going to see how much money I have in my hand? What if I was going to rob the bank? Are you going to see if I have a gun? You know what the heck? And I was just making fun of it, though, because I was talking to the one girl. It's like, if there's no audio, the bank can't tell you how much money you I don't want you to quote me on this, but the bank, you have to tell the bank how much money you gave too much money you gave them. They can't tell you what's over in, I guess, the teller's drawer. Because I told the guy, I said, apparently if you're calling me, there's a problem. Yeah, that's what he said. I told him I believe I overgave her money because I even told my wife like an hour or so ago that I felt like something was wrong. I felt like I should have more than $142 in my pocket after I left the bank because I only gave them $334. I only spent like $44 or something at the place to eat. And that's the only place I spent money at. Oh, I lied. I did go and stop at another bank and get $1, $2.50 I picked up. That was it. It's the only place I spent money at. And if you had 500, I already had 500 from the credit union. It's 334 and the 142. That would make me minus $16 when I woke up. So I believe I gave her over $300. But there's no way she knew to add $150 to the total because the girl to my right didn't say anything about $150 till after I given her the money. I know that for a fact. There's no dispute on the deposit. There's no dispute on the 150 in halves. The only dispute is how much did I give the girl And there's no dispute on how much money I walked out of the bank with. It's just a dispute of how much I gave the first girl. So he said it'll be a couple days. They'll get back to me, but. And I talked to the girl at the one other. It's not the same bank. It's a different bank, a different name bank. You know, they have different cameras. The girl at the other bank's like, they get these cameras, the new cameras they have. It's like a 360 degree. You get a 360 degree image. She said they could see whatever denomination you're counting. They got it all. I don't know how one bank can have one, two. They changed the cameras now. They're on the counter. Like, it's kind of weird. And then there's some kind of thing hanging on the ceiling. But they took all the old cameras out, put these new ones in. She says you can't, everything. It just has no audio. I'm like, why no audio? I don't know. So I was joking around. I said, I'm not going to rob the bank or anything like that. I said, that means I could walk in here, tell the teller that I'm robbing the bank to give me all of her money, and like, so you couldn't read my lips or anything. She hands me all the money and I walk out. Hours later, I get arrested for robbing the bank. I'll say, well, I didn't rob the bank. They'll say, what do you mean you didn't rob the bank? You took all that money? I said, I don't know. The teller just started giving me all this money. I'm like, I'm not going to not take it. So I just left with it. Because there'd be no audio to say, give me all your money. You know what I'm saying? I know it's kind of stupid, but yeah. So they can't hear what you're saying, and you never gave them a note or anything, and she just happened to give you a bunch of money. It's like, well, I don't know. I never said anything. She's lying. Maybe you should have had some audio. So I'll let you know what happens with that. But I believe I gave her over $300. I know that for a fact. Now that I think about it even more, because I had 5 $100 bills. And when I left that bank, I had one. Because I took that one $100 bill that I had left over, and I broke, and it got 2 50s for it. So I didn't have one 100, so I had at least 50s. That's how I know I had one left. So yeah. I believe I gave her at least 300 and something. Something tells me, even though I came out with 334 total, because I'm thinking maybe she added the 150 to it too, but I'm thinking, you know what? I think I gave her, I think it was like $384 or something. I think it was the 80s, but I can't tell you unless I saw the video and audio of it. Yeah. Don't ever go into the bank. I've done this before. I trust my tellers. Now, there's no reason not to trust them. Sometimes I walk out of the bank and not knowing, I'm like, did I just do that right? Because it happens so fast sometimes. So make sure when you walk into the bank, you know how much money is in your pocket to the dollar. Yeah, because I gave her hundreds, and I'm going to say 20s or 50 and $4, because I did have 4. I remember I had 4 $1 bills. And there's another thing too. You know, when you go to the bank or the credit union, now they the credit union does it for sure. But if you put in you give them $2 half. You give them 3 pennies. You give them $3. You give them 3 $5. You give them 3 100, so forth and so on. They add that in. They put that in there. I got 3 of these, 3 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those. It goes in there, and it actually is on the slip too. You'll say money brought in. This is how much. And they all have to do it because when I get my money from Meets Bank, she'll put in there. Even when I get money, they'll do the same thing. They'll count the 100s. How many 100s? How many 20s? How many 50s? So all they have to do is go to my transaction and whatever she put into the computer. And another weird thing about it was when I gave her the money, she literally laid it over here on my left, but her right on the counter, and I have no clue why. It just sticks in my mind. Nope, that's the last roll. But yeah. Listen to me babble on, but yeah, know how much money you took into the bank before you walk back out and know what you're getting. Because the bank will not tell you Because if you have a teller, everybody makes a mistake. A teller might shortchange you a dollar, 50 cents, quarter, whatever, $10 by accident, or you might give them too much money and they don't catch it or something, but whatever. But if a teller does that, say, we'll just use a number, 1,000 times a day, and it's by $1, the teller would be over her tray by $1,000. So the bank can't call you up and say, yeah, our teller was over $1,000. You know how much did you gave her? I don't know. And I'm not going to lie to the bank and say, hey, I gave her, $395.23. I honestly don't know. Yeah, it's terrible, but yeah. All right, enough of that mess. Know what you gave the teller. Or know what you made, yeah. So I went to the bank. It was a different bank, but the same name bank yesterday. And my wife gave me some money to deposit. Plus, I had money to deposit. So I wouldn't get confused to make sure that my wife knew what the deposits were for. I gave the guy, I said, I'm going to do 2 deposits on the same thing. I said, here, put this money in there. Because some of it was my wife's and the other one was mine. I went in so there wasn't a confusion in the future. I did 2 transactions on the same account because I wanted to make sure there was a record of it. Yeah. All right, this is box number, I don't even know what box we're on now. 2, 4, 6, 7, 7. So yeah, make sure when you go into the bank, you know how much money you have because you can make a mistake. But yeah, I don't know how close to a $200 mistake was made by a teller, unless somehow they must be maybe they're having problems with it. Maybe she stole some money from the tray and she saw the opportunity to get it from me. Because I'm not going to sit there and count all those $2 bills. Yeah, I know what he got. Yeah, now that I think about it, I definitely had I gave them at least 400. See, this box is the same way. It's going to be the same thing, 2019s mixed with 23s and 24s. So yeah, I left that bank minus 4 $100 bills plus other money. 4 100s, I'm going to say. 4 $1 bills and whatever other denominations I cannot tell you. But yeah. Because if I only got $184 from that girl and I gave her over $300, that means, yeah, it was over $120 extra that I gave her. There's no way she could have known the other girl had $150 because she didn't say it until after it was done. I want to see the video. Yeah, good look on that. What was this box from? This box is from what? 6 something? 613, I believe. This looks like a proof. Oh, yeah, it is. 81. Been out there a little bit, a little hazy on it, but not bad. We got a proofy proof. Yeah, I got a proof out of that last box, too. Been mocked. Proofy proof. What roll was that? That's roll 6. Yeah, there's no heavy ones, no light ones, no enders in this box, nothing. Now, these are from 6. I want to say these are from 613. I don't know how. And I know the other one with 511 has to be 5 something because I was only getting 2 boxes a week. Yeah. Don't know why it was marked 511. Cute. Yeah, I figured they would have called back yesterday, but no. Didn't happen. So yeah, sometimes mine doesn't work as fast as I need it to work, but it's usually pretty good. But yeah, I really messed that up somehow. There's a nice 72D, but it's got its SG. That's what I'm saying. I'm losing my mind, writing the wrong dates down. It's obvious. There's signs. I wrote things down. Yeah, I'm not trying to deceive anybody. I can't say exactly what I got. It's the only thing we don't know, how much money I gave her. That was it. And then, how'd that work out? I had $142 in my pocket, and then the next day, I went to New York, and I didn't spend, all I spent was $2 bills to get coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. I didn't spend anything else all day. I still had $142 when I went to bed the next day too. Yeah, all the $2 bills were all new ones, all sequenced. I'm pretty sure people get them looking for the correct numbers. I mean, I go for the $2 bills looking for the old ones. If they don't have too many new ones, I'll just take all the new ones. I was just hoping that maybe I'd find a crazy serial number that's worth something, or some oldies. But yeah, when you go to the bank, I mean, ask them for halves. I always say the large dollar coins because I don't want to say Ike dollars, because just in case somebody has some Morgans or some peace dollars or something, I just want to say the large dollar coins. Like, oh yeah, we got some over here. They're kind of odd looking. Yeah, we'll sell them to you. Okay. One day. Yeah, that'd be cool. I just asked you. They always say I have and they get confused thinking about the gold dollars. I don't want the gold dollars right now. I don't really have time to play with that. Not that I wouldn't want to check them, but I don't have time for all this. So I just asked for the halves, the large dollar coins, and $2 bills. Yeah. Yeah. It's like some rolls have like no new coins at all. Crazy. Roll number 20. So yeah, you just keep asking. I mean, how long have I been asking? I did get some silver here and there through the halves. It took me 6 years to get an Ike silver. Got 2 Ike silvers now. Finally got 4 rolls of half dollars, old half dollars. 40%, 90% full rolls. So yeah, my first full rolls of 90%. I got my first full roll of 40%. I can't wait to get my first peace dollar or Morgan. And I got my Ike silvers. Got a proof. First one was a proof. Second one was a business strike. Now on to a peace or a Morgan. That would be very cool. Very cool. Only time will tell. So yeah, when you go to your banks, ask them for it. You can even ask them if you know the teller well or something. They'll save it for you. But some tellers, like my first bank that I ever ordered coins from, you will never get a silver coin out of that bank, ever. Unless it's in a nickel roll, maybe. They snip that out like hound dogs. They take it home. You have no chance. So I don't bother asking them for coins anymore. I should ask for customer wrap, but I just don't bother anymore because it's just depressing. So No sense adding to the problem. How many times they said, "Oh, I got some half dollars. You want them?" Never once did I get a silver half, because I think they open the rolls up and they check before. And I've already come up short in those rolls too, but I'm not complaining. Yeah. Some people don't care. They just, to them it's just a half dollar. They don't care. Just moving product. Some people know what they're looking for. Yeah. I'm pretty sure some banks don't allow you to like to tell us to purchase money either, I guess, either. So some do, some don't. I mean, you're never going to make money off of this. It's just a hobby, but it's always fun to find something. It's like the buffalo nickel. I got a full roll of buffalo nickels that one time. That was crazy. What are your odds? I mean, never got a full roll of silver nickels yet, but I guess I'm working on it. If you get buffaloes, you can get silver, I guess. Yeah. You never know what's going to get there. You just got to be at the right place at the right time. I just asked. It seems like a lot of times I'll go in and ask to a bank I haven't been in for a while, and they're like, either they just got rid of it like yesterday, or a couple days somebody came in. I went to a bank that I don't normally get. I've only went to once because we got in the neighborhood. So I figured, let me stop there. There's one. And I asked the lady, she says, there's some guy comes in here like every 2 months. He goes all over the place. He gets all of our stuff that we have. And I also know that any Peace or Morgan dollars you will never get from there either, because she's already told me. Any large dollar coins they're allowed to take. $70 in Ike dollars. Were they silver? I picked up lots of Ike dollars. Like one time, the one girl goes, "You got to go over to the bank over here. I know they have a lot of Ike dollars." So I went over there, and there was like hundreds. It wasn't 1,000, but there was lots of hundreds. And I'm like, I'm going to get one. Nope. That's what I mean. I've gotten thousands of Ike dollars, and it took all that time to finally get nothing. Yeah, she had like so many, and I'm like, going to be one in here. There's no way that somebody has all these Ike dollars and then it dumps some silver. Nope. Every time I get them, nope. It's like, yeah, I'll take them. Nope. And the one day, the first Ike I got that was silver was a proof. The girl, when I went to the bank, it's a bank I don't normally go to, but I do stop in every now and then to ask them if they have any stuff. She says, we have some half dollars. And then she says, I have like $480 worth or something, some number like that. Here was a customer that returned them, but I took them. I always like to take stuff. I like to feel like, I'm taking it from them. And then the other girl says, yeah, I have X amount of dollars. Same setup, but in her box, when she opened it up, there was a roll of Ike dollars. I'll say, I'll take them. And that's, if I wouldn't have took those coins, those searched half dollars, I would have never gotten that silver Ike. Sometimes you got to take one for the team to get what you're looking for. Yeah. Because every now and then down there, I guess somebody returns. That's where they're returning their searched halves. So I took them, even though I knew they were going to be searched. Because they did have a couple rolls of regular customer things that weren't returned. And then she had the Ike dollars, and I couldn't believe it. And then the other bank that I've been getting the bag of halves from, I always ask them if I remember. I forget sometimes because I'm just so excited to get the. Oh, I think we might have a silver. We might have a silver. Roll number like 46. Do we have silver? No, it looks like, yeah, we do. Number 2. 68D. She called me up and says, do you collect the Ike dollars? I'm like, yes. She says, I have, it's on the video. I forget, was it 150 or $50 worth of Ike dollars? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take them. I don't want to, but we did find a 40% buy. Oh, you found one at a coin store, an Ike dollar. That's cool beans. That's awesome. Good for you. 23 and 24. Yeah, I said I'll take them. I don't want to say no because I don't want to discourage them from calling me up in the future. So I said, I don't know if I might be able to come over tomorrow or I forget what it was. But I somehow got away to go get them that day. I don't want them to discourage. And then it's like, there was actually a silver in that bag. I couldn't believe it. I'm looking at the edge. I'm like, because sometimes you get that edge, it looks silver, but it's not. I'm like, is that silver? Let's do a video and find out. Hot dog. My second 40%. I know it's only worth like what? What are they worth? They're only worth like, I don't even think they're worth $12. I don't even think they were like, what, $8? I don't even remember. That was the last roll, but we did get silver at a box number 7 from back in a couple months ago. How's that? All right, our last 2 boxes today are definitely going to be from July 4th. And I know July 4th was a Friday because I went fishing July 4th with my wife. We were trying to catch some fish. Yeah, I was trying to show her how to drop shot because when we went to go smallmouth fishing, I figured we'd be doing drop shot because the one guy we went was drop shotting. So this guy here, we actually used crayfish. So that worked out good. I forget what the rig is. It's some kind of star thing. I don't want to say star, but 3-sided thing where you hook the line, and then you have a weight, and then you have, yeah, whatever. The bait. We use a little crayfish. This is box number. This don't make no sense. If this is box number 8, then how do I have 4 buckets filled with it? I must have put another bucket on there, not knowing. But that is definitely $2. Yep. We only put 1 bucket in the box and that. All right. All right. This is going to be box number 8. Yeah, I know you're not going to make a lot of money off of this, or if you do make any money off of it, but it's just a hobby. So don't get discouraged. You're gonna take a lot of hits before you actually come up with something. So yeah. But it sure is cool when you get a roll of silver, or you even get a silver. When I get a silver in a customer wrap roll or something, it's like, I can't believe I finally got one. You know, you go through hundreds, not thousands of dollars, you know, till you finally get one, you know. See, there's the dot there, right? There's the dot guy, but he didn't mark the back. That is weird. See, this is the dot guy, unless there's 2 dot guys. But yeah, I don't know. But I've seen that one around for a long time, the dot and the date on the back for a long time. Yeah, you gotta ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. And the best part about it is always try to go to your banks and not a bank you don't have an account at, because most of the time they will not help you if you do not have an account. But don't be discouraged, because you can walk into a bank that you don't have an account and bring out some stuff sometimes. But I don't like walking in and you have an account and it's like walking out with your tail between your legs when you say no. Because you can't lie to them and say yeah, because they're going to say, what's your account number? Yeah. Because I went to the bank I get the halves from. I did not have an account. I just figured I'd stop, so they're like away from me. Oh yeah, when I went to go get that mic dollars, I'm driving almost like 50 miles one way to get those coins too. So that's what makes it like, I don't want to run to get them. But is this silver? Oh my God, that was so dirty. I was hoping it was going to be silver. It's so dirty, but it's not. It's a 78 Philadelphia. No, it's silver. Yeah, I went over. Plus, try to pick up. Then I'll stop at a couple other banks and try to ask for, quarter, dime, nickel bags. So, yeah. But yeah, that was cool beans. Yeah, could you imagine like them calling you up and saying, "Hey, we got $100 in dollar coins over here. Some of them are old. Do you want them?" Sure. Go over there and get some Morgans and peace dollars. That would be cool. You never know. Anything's possible. They opened the machine and it was sitting in. Oh, it was inside the machine. Did they give it to you? Sorry, I'm like, yeah. Got my head up all the time. Not paying attention. Open the machine. Yes. Cool beans. They give it to you for free or you have to pay for it? I know some, yeah. Cool beans. Now these last two boxes are from 7/4, so July 4th. Got it for free on top of that. Congratulations on the free silver. That's awesome. Now I have a friend that I just happened to bump into him at Walmart yesterday when my wife went in. I went to, I can't get anything out of the Coinstar anymore. You're lucky I can't get a penny anymore. I've actually been getting more money from dumping coins at my dump banks. Yeah. And I was thinking, I'm like, I was going to ask, I think I have a silver. Is that silver now? Nah, that ain't silver. It looks silvery there, but nah, it's got too much copper going on. Let's see. Nah, it's 1 year off. See, it's got that blue. For some reason, they get that blue sometimes on them. Yeah. Cool beans. And I was thinking, I'm like, I had to ask her. I'm like, I wonder I know inside the machine, even the machine for the coins, they have like a reject thing or whatever. Stuff ends up in the little tray or whatever. I'm thinking, I wonder if she has access to that machine and could check it out for me. And maybe when they open it up, I can get the stuff that's inside that reject thing. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Maybe get a silver ike or two. Maybe a Morgan. Whoa. Could you imagine people that open them machines up to take the money out and what's in the thing and like, holy crap, I got some real gold coins in here and all this silver. And the best part about it is, who knows, they might just dump it in the trash. I doubt it though, because if it's in there, you're not stealing money, it's actually garbage. It wasn't even registered as anything that went out. So yeah. I'm going to get me a job of cleaning Coinstars out. Yeah, that'd be cool. Pay me $10 an hour as long as I get to keep everything that's in the reject tray. And the vehicle has, we got to have air conditioning. That'll be good. Heck, you wouldn't even have to carry a gun around with you because who the heck's going to steal all that change? And how much a box at a Coinstar could weigh? A lot. Let's see. Yeah. I know Paul got, at one point they gave him, I don't know if it was at least once or more, they gave him the stuff out of that tray or whatever's inside the machine already. Because I remember when he did a test, he did that silver test, but he ended up losing his Ike dollar, so he got him to open the machine up to get his Ike dollar back. You would think if a coin went into the machine and it wouldn't go through it should spit it out the return, because that one, oh no, that wasn't in the return. Or was it? Remember that one video I did? It was a huge Philadelphia Zoo. I don't know. We're gonna call it a commemorative coin. I think that was in the return with another coin, or was that in the top? I forget. That was a huge coin, size of a dollar coin. Man, before I did all this Coinstar stuff, I used to find all kinds of stuff all the time at a Coinstar. Walk up to them now, nothing. Nothing. Most of the time, you're lucky 1 out of 10 times, you're lucky 10% of the times there'll be a penny. Yeah. I think everybody's checking them. So, yeah. Well, good news is we didn't get skunked. But we're not setting the world on fire like we did last week. But yeah. Pretty cool how I can just babble on. I babble on a lot. So yeah, the last box definitely has a 226.9 is the heaviest, and that should be a 90% silver in there, I hope. There is a 226 like 510. But this box is the sister box, and there's nothing, no heavy ones, nothing. Yeah. That was cool beans. How'd you end up getting them to open the machine up to give you a dollar coin anyway? How'd that come about? Yeah, I'm going to ask my friend if they have any, like, how they know how that works when it comes to who has the key to that thing, to see if you can get whatever's in the, junk bin or whatever you want to call it, trash bin, and save it for me. That'd be a cool freaking video. Look at all this cereal. Yeah, silver. What is this? Is this silver? Just a nice, no. Not silver, I meant fruit. Yeah, the one store, the Coinstar, used to be outside, the outside area, but then they moved it inside, and it's like 5 feet away from the cashiers. I'm thinking every time they check it. But sometimes they do miss stuff in the tray because you don't see it. You got to put your hand in there. Even I'm like, didn't see it. I'm like, oh, there's something in there. Or check behind the tray. One Coinstar, actually, the one will get stuck straight up and down in the groove, but that hasn't happened. It used to happen like on a regular basis, but it hasn't happened in a while. Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping that last box, I'm going by the weights, that there's going to be at least one, maybe 2 90%ers in it. So I'm hoping there's some 40s in it, but there's no enders, but there are some heavier ones. That's like when Diggin' Dave did his video the other day. It's like he had silver enders. They were heavier rolls, 227. And then he had all them ones like 226. I'm going to say from 226.4 on up. I would think based on that, that's when you'll see more of those lower, higher numbers have the silver. But Diggin' Dave's area seems to have heavier rolls in general. But yeah, when he opened that one up, there was what, 226.7 something? It's like, and there was nothing. That kind of weight is 90% in my area. That's 90% weight there, not 40% weight. So they're either using more paper, or his coins are, I forget where he's at, what state he's in. He's out, I don't want to say like Midwest or somewhere, Illinois or something. I forget where he's at. Somewhere. Because I know that Iowa coins, when we were getting Iowa coins, the rolls were always heavier. Because I think there was less wear on the coins, So you always had those, a lot of 226 pluses, And that's what it seems like Dave gets. He gets those high 226s all the time. I mean, the Iowa, the heaviest one was 226.8. 226.8, no silver, nothing. It's like, wow. So, yeah. Yeah. Down to our last 10 rolls. Nothing. So yeah, definitely the Iowa rolls were always heavier. Get a lot of 226 pluses in that. And you weigh enough rolls, you're going to get 226, 226, 1, 2, 3s. Once you start hitting 226.4, it's usually a 90 in there. I'm going to say 90% of the time. But once you hit a 5, you're usually pretty good. But yeah. Because I weigh the rolls looking for 90% silver, not 40%. Because 40% silver is less than 2 grams. It's 0.16 grams less or more than a clad. So it's not much difference. Because you can weigh a clad and a silver and they can weigh the same, even though it's supposed to be heavier for a 40. So 90% silver is 1 gram higher than a clad. You're talking 11.5 versus, I'm sorry, yeah, 11.34 versus 12.5. So yeah, that's 1.16 higher than a clad. That's why you'll get them usually to 226, mid 226. Sometimes 227. Just seems like there should be 2 in there, but that's just the way it is. First time I ever did an experiment, it was actually 227, but it depends on how much the coin weighed, how much the clad weighed in the roll. Same way with a magic coin, you know. First magic coin I weighed was like in the low 224s, but it seems like it anymore that you have to be in the low 223 range, high to mid 223s to be a magic coin. Wow, we're going to get skunked in this box. We have 1 roll left. 1 roll left. 224.9. And is that a proof? No, it's just a really thick 23. Nothing. That's a skunk box. Boo box, actually. Boo. And that is... Wow, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 total skunks. Only 2 with silver. Can we make it 3? And we're going to find out. Last box. Last box, boys and girls, from July 4th. Normally, and I'm not jinxing myself, this is just normal talking. 226, 226.1. There's no guarantee there's going to be silver. Even though this is heavy rolls. You got to start somewhere with my, yeah, I don't have one for you today, Deb, but maybe in the future. You're going to have heavy rolls, 226, 221, 2s, 3s, maybe some 4s. But once you start hitting 5s, it's usually 90% silver. And there's a 5 and there's a 9. I'm going to say these 2 rolls are going to have 90% silver in them. 99.9% of the time, because if I say it's in there, I could get, you know, screwed. Oh, this is another thing I forgot too. Look at this. When I saw this box, what's it say? You win. Look at this. I did not do this. I opened this box up at the back and look what somebody wrote. You win. Whoever the people at the thing wrote that on there, and I'm thinking, oh, these were returned, you know. But then I looked at them, I was like, oh, they were never opened up. Look at that. Somebody wrote, you win. So I'm assuming this is a wiener. We have a 226. We have a 226.9, 226.1, and a 226.5. And it says we win. So that's what we have. I don't have any enders. There's a lot of new coin enders. That doesn't mean anything. It's what's on the inside. So I'm just assuming we have a couple of 90s in this box and no 40s, but we'll find out here and very shortly. So we're just I'm gonna try to remember 225.5, Let's see if there's any silver. Ooh, a lot of new coins. A lot of new coins. So right now, I'm hoping we have at least 2 90s in this box. Winner and coins. Who's a winner? 224.8. 224.8. Yeah, because this box is the sister box of the box that we just did. That was a skunk box. And I was shocked when I got some heavy rolls. I'm like, okay, that's good. 226.9. That is a very good number. So we're going to find out what we have here shortly. And the 226.1 and the 226, I'm not saying there's anything in there. But usually when you have a box with 40% enders or something, or enders, you start getting to 225.9s, 225.8s, 226, you know, there could be a 40. There could be a 40 and a 224.4, you know. It's just how the roll weighs up. There's a lot of new coins in here. No doubt about that. Oh, wait a minute. Was I supposed to put another bucket? Oh, yeah, I think I was supposed to put another bucket. Nah, we don't want to lift 3 boxes up. We don't want to only lift 2 boxes up. Yeah. That bucket already got 2 in there. Yeah, I was hoping to hopefully see a 40%er here before we hit them heavy ones, and then we would know we have a chance at both, you know. So, cool beans. Yeah, I figured Dennis would have stopped in to say hi, but apparently he did not. All right, we have a 226.5, and I'm just hoping to see a 90% silver in here, so let's see. Could get skunked, but I'm hoping not. Oh, we're not going to get skunked. It's right there. It's right there. And I'm assuming that's a 1964 based on the reading. Let's see. How about Canadian silver? That would be cool. How about a 1964 90%er from Philadelphia? Boom, 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 boom. Cool beans. Yeah, all right. Well, we know we got 90% in here. But do we have any 40s? I'll take that all day long. 64 was the first year for Kennedy and the last year for, there's a 225.7. Is it lucky? That would be cool. I would love to see a 40 right now to give me hope that they're in here. Yeah. I'm not going to complain if there's a couple 90s in here. All right, roll number 10. That's why I weigh my rolls. It's one of the reasons why I weigh my rolls. Looking for that 90% and make sure they're all there. And if there's a magic coin or some other foreign coin. Looking for them light rolls, looking for them heavy rolls. And I can't believe when I opened that box up, I'm like, you win. And the first thing that went through my mind was, oh boy, these already been searched. No, they were not already searched. The guy, whoever's running the machine, decided to write you win. Remember we were getting those boxes that said no silver on them? Most of the time they were right, but we found silver in a lot of those boxes that said no silver. So Dennis got himself excited when he saw it. He was like, oh, no silver. 226.9. We're hoping. 225 got you one. 226. It's hard to tell because you see all this shiny through the roll, so I don't know which one it is. I think it's right there, actually. Yeah. Oh, my God. Look at that shiny edge. I think we might have a proof. I think we might have a silver proof. We got something that's bright and shiny. We were just talking about this. A silver proof. It's been forever since I've gotten one. 2011. San Francisco. 90% silver proof. Oh, we were just talking about that. I haven't seen one of them in forever. That is so cool. Oh, and yes, you can tell silver proof by its edge. That is cool. Best find of the day so far. Crazy cool. what I mean. How long has it been since I've gotten a silver proof? That is awesome. That is cool. And this thing has been in circulation for a while because look how beat up it is. And yeah, this thing has been dumped how many times? I'm happy to have it. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. Oh, I thought that was going to be silver, but it's not. It's just the way it looked. Get me too excited now. My mind's going to go crazy. What were we just talking about? That silver proof. There it is. This box is back in July 4th is when I picked these boxes up. No, that's a lie. I picked them up July 3rd, I guess, because July 4th the bank was closed. But these were supposed to be for the week of July 4th. Did I get the coins on Thursday or Monday now? I don't remember. I believe it was Thursday. I don't know. But it's for the week of July 4th. I know that. That is crazy cool, man. What are your odds? 2001. What are your odds? 1, 2, 3. We're at 4 silver coins. So if we get one more silver, it'll be half a coin per box. Silver proof. That is so sick. Cool beans. Yeah, I have a bag of halves, but I'm not going to do that now. There's definitely at least 5 silver coins in it, but I'm hoping to get another bag of halves, hopefully, for the next few months. If I can do 2 at the same time. Yeah, right now we know we got 90% silver, but do we have 40%? There's a nice 82. That has its FG, though. That's 20 rolls down. This box was dropped. Somebody dropped this at one time because that is split like it was dropped. Yeah, the tops are messed up here on the corner. So somebody dropped this one. Dropped it and swapped. What is that? Nope. I don't know if we're going to get any 40s in here, but we definitely got some 90s. That's all that matters. Silver proof. It's crazy how you got to think that somebody took this coin just like they did these other proofs and they opened up that mint package and they dumped this stuff. So if they dumped the half, I'm just assuming they dumped the quarter. I don't know how the sets come. Sometimes this set will come. Don't quote me, but I think you'll get the dollar, the half dollar, and I think the quarter. And they'll come all, I don't know. But I always thought it was the other way around, but then I found that it's just the 3 coins sometimes. But something tells me this is all part of the proof set. Silver proof, so silver proof. That means the dime would be silver, the quarter would be silver, and the half would be silver. That's if that's the way it is. I have to check on that again. All right, 226.1. No guarantees that there's going to be silver in here, but sometimes you do get 90% in a lighter roll, lighter heavy. Let's hope there's one in here again. That would be cool. See something shiny there, but it's probably a new coin. No, we're going to find nothing in that one. Just a 226.1. It's okay. To be expected. To be expected. Yeah. That's the halfway. You win. Man, I would love to just like sit at the mint and watch this. I don't know if I could handle it. Watching coins get wrapped all day long and watch all this silver go by. I want to buy it all, man. Yeah, we just wrapped $1 million. I don't care. I want it all. I'll give it back to you. I just want a couple $100 that's in there. Yeah. Cool beanie beans. Cool beans. Yeah, we didn't get a lot, but we did get silver today. So 1, 2, Only 3 out of 10 boxes. So 30% of the boxes today. We had 40% of the boxes last week based on the 10 boxes. So 10 boxes. So 9. Oh, actually, it's more than 30% because we only did 9 boxes today. I only had 9 boxes. I wanted to get them out of the way. Get them out of the way so I can get rid of them so they're not laying around. Yeah. The last 9 boxes of $50. Crazy. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to find anything else, but it was a good box. Glad I saved it for the end. Yeah, see, it's ripped. It was dropped. Box was dropped. Boom, 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 boom. Almost there. Oh, what the heck is in there? Rubber band. Those are pieces of a rubber band in there. So we had bonus stuff in there, and the bonus stuff worked this time. I don't think we're going to find any 40s. I don't know if we'll find any more 90s. It's rare to find a 90 in a 225 9 or less, but it happens. Right now, the heaviest roll we have is that one heavy one. I think it's a 226. So yeah, I found 90s in normal weight rolls, but right now there's no 40s popping out. But yeah, there's more 40s made than there were 90s. That's why you always find more 40s than 90s. But yeah, right now we're at 50-50. Can't find it if it's not there. Oh, man. $6:43. Rick's getting ready to do his stream. So if anybody wants to go see Hunting Southwest Ohio, he's usually streaming at 7 o'clock tonight. Does a lot of giveaways. Hope we'll find some silver tonight. It's been tough. It's been tough. Last couple of weeks we did pretty good. Last week we found 43 silver coins. This week we found 4. And I'll take it. But I did pick up, I picked up, what, 41 silver coins at the bank this week. That was pretty cool. That's something that happens every day. So I did pretty good. I actually got more silver this week than I did last week because I ended up with 41 from the bank plus the 4, so that makes 45. So we actually beat last week by 2 silvers. Roll number 40. 10 rolls to go after this one. Apparently we're not going to get any 40% silver. You win. What are your odds? And this box was dropped. See, this box was dropped. Something was dropped. Definitely these rolls were dropped. There's no doubt about that. You win. Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, oh, great. When I saw that, I'm thinking, you lose. Search the box. It happens. It happens. Yeah, I'll let you guys know when I get back. I won't be here next week. Not supposed to be, let's put it that way. And maybe the next week. It's going to be at least a week or 2. Yeah. Going to make it through this weekend here. It's a long weekend. We haven't really got much rain, so I don't really have to mow the grass, which I am not complaining. Going to do this hunt today. I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow or Monday. But yeah, relaxing. It's going to be a short week, I guess you could say, but we got to get everything done. Yeah, if we're leaving, I have to get everything done in in a day less. So, all right, our last heavy roll number 47, 226. So let's hope maybe we'll get lucky with a 226. Wow, that almost looks silver. I don't even want to say that's silver, but that just looks funny. It looks like a fake. That looks silver to me, but yet it doesn't look silver. I just don't believe there's a silver in this roll. Let's see. No, it is not. It's a faker. That's why you don't get excited, because somebody did something to that. 73. They did something to the edge. There it looks more clad there, but in my view, it looks more funky silver looking. But no, it was not silver. It was all lies. Hopefully next week we'll get some yum yums, but I won't know that till next Monday. I'm hoping. I hope Dennis can start getting some boxes again soon, because yeah, if I only get 4 boxes a week, which that's really all I want to do. I want to other stuff to get rid of, and then yeah, maybe I'll get 5 boxes again a week. Last roll. Nothing but a dirty coin. 73. Yeah, that was a good box. Box number 9. We did 9 boxes. Man, glad to get those gloves off. My hands are sweating. So cool beans. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. 50% of the boxes had something in them, but only 30% of the boxes had silver. Or, well, we'll just say 30, even though we didn't do 10 boxes. We did 9. Cool beans. Let's do this. Got some nice proofs today. Some not so nice proofs. There's the nicest ones there. That one's been marked. There's a nice proof. And we did get, I know, this isn't a bad hunt. This is a good hunt. Even though we only got 4 silver coins, that was pretty good, because sometimes you get nothing. Thanks, Vincent. All right, we ended up getting, just looking here, I just want to do the one. I think it's this one here. All the proofs we got, I believe this is the nicest one. 2008 San Francisco proof. Now you picture, maybe this one here is the nicest. There's a 1997, but yeah. We ended up getting 7 clad proofs. We only got 2 40%ers, 1968 Ds. We did get one 1964, 90% silver from Philadelphia. And just picture this proof. Should look like this one here, nice and shiny and silverish looking kind of. But our best find of the day, 2011 San Francisco, 90% silver proof. And we were just talking about that. I have not found one of them in like forever. But that is pretty cool find. So 4 silver coins, 2 90s, 2 40s. And we only found 5 clad proofs, and the one was actually marked 1023. So yeah, it was a good hunt. Not like last week, but hey, you never know what you're going to find. There's Dennis. Thanks for coming, Dennis. We got to kick you out now. But yeah, that is so cool. That thing has been in circulation for a while. Look how beat up it is. If you want one that's been dumped not too long ago, it would look like that. But even the silver has a different tone to it, but it should look like that. Nice mirror finish, but yeah. But yeah, we did good. 4 silvers, 9 boxes. Not complaining. It was a good hunt, good day. It's the last of the $50, so we got to get more $50. That's all there is to it. So I just have some quarter bags, half bag, and nickels. So we'll see what happens. Everybody enjoy your long weekend if you have one. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy your long weekend. Have a great week. Hope to see you guys in a couple of weeks, and I'll let you know how we worked out how the bank worked out thing. The thing with the bank worked out. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks, and I will see you again.